Prince Harry's Invictus Games controversy. Luxury lodging request sparks outrage. Prince Harry's upcoming 2025 Invictus Games in Canada has taken a controversial turn, as reports emerge that his request for government-funded five-star accommodations has been outright denied by Canadian authorities. This decision has ignited a storm of criticism, raising questions about Harry's changing status, the ethics of his requests, and the potential impact on the Invictus Games itself. Love keeping up with the British royal family? Hit subscribe and never miss a moment of royal news. The denial of a royal privilege. Once a senior working royal, Prince Harry is now a private citizen, yet his recent request suggests he has not fully adjusted to his new reality. According to sources, Harry requested that the Canadian government provide him and his entourage with high-end accommodations during the 2025 Invictus Games, an event he founded to honor wounded and ill servicemen and women. However, officials firmly rejected this request, citing that he no longer holds the privileges he once did when he represented the British monarchy. For many, this move by Canadian authorities represents a necessary assertion of fiscal responsibility. The public reaction has been swift and unforgiving, with taxpayers expressing their frustration over the expectation that they should foot the bill for Harry's luxury stay. Critics argue that if he truly wants to be seen as a private citizen, he should not expect government-funded royal treatment. Backlash. The public turns against Harry. The rejection of Harry's request has only fueled the growing resentment toward him. Many have pointed out the contradiction between his public persona, one of a down-to-earth humanitarian distancing himself from royal privilege, and his actual behavior, which suggests he still expects the deference and benefits of his former life. This is not the first time Canadian taxpayers have voiced their discontent over the Sussex's expenses. In 2020, when Harry and Meghan briefly lived in Canada before relocating to California, there was a major controversy over the security costs required to protect them. The estimated expenses ran into the millions, prompting fierce public debate. Now, the fresh demand for luxury accommodations has reopened those wounds, with many Canadians refusing to entertain any further financial burdens on Harry's behalf. One frustrated taxpayer took to social media, saying, "We didn't want to pay for him when he lived here, and we certainly don't want to pay for him now. If he wants luxury, he should pay for it himself like everyone else." Others pointed out that many of the veterans participating in the Invictus Games have endured significant hardships, and it is tone-deaf for Harry to expect VIP treatment when they are the true heroes of the event. The Invictus Games overshadowed. The controversy has also drawn concerns that the focus is shifting away from the athletes and onto Prince Harry's personal drama. The Invictus Games were created as a platform to celebrate the resilience and courage of injured service members, not as a stage for Harry's ongoing battles with the royal family and the public. Several military veterans have voiced their disappointment, stating that the event should be about those who have sacrificed in service, not about personal privilege and luxury. One former competitor of the Games commented, "We participate in the Invictus Games to rebuild our confidence, to remind ourselves that we are still capable. The last thing we need is a royal scandal distracting from that mission." Some have even suggested that Harry's increasing controversies could eventually damage the credibility of the Games. If the event becomes more associated with his personal brand than with its intended purpose, it risks losing support from sponsors, governments, and the very veterans it was designed to uplift. Reputation in freefall. This latest incident adds to the mounting criticism Harry has faced in recent years. His memoir Spare was widely perceived as an attack on his own family, with many viewing it as self-indulgent and out of touch. His Netflix docuseries with Meghan Markle further alienated audiences, particularly in the UK, where they were accused of playing the victims while leading lavish lifestyles. Public perception of Prince Harry has dramatically shifted from that of a beloved war hero and dedicated royal to that of an entitled celebrity who struggles to let go of his past status. While he once enjoyed widespread sympathy following his departure from royal duties, the continued controversies have eroded much of that goodwill. Critics argue that this latest scandal is yet another example of his unwillingness to embrace his new life on equal footing with ordinary people. Instead of demonstrating the humility he often preaches, his actions suggest an expectation that the world will continue to treat him as royalty, even when governments, taxpayers, and the general public no longer see him that way. Where does Harry go from here? With the controversy now making headlines worldwide, Prince Harry faces a difficult road ahead. He has the option to gracefully accept the rejection and refocus on the Invictus Games' true purpose, or he can continue to fight for privileges that are no longer his to claim, at the risk of further damaging his reputation. One thing is certain: the world is watching, and the patience for royal entitlement, especially from a man who claims to have left it behind, is wearing thin.